Welcome everybody to World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Panzerkill. That is Panzerkill, and he's driving the Jg.Pz E100 on a standard battle on Winter Himmelsdorf. Jg.Pz E100 is a tier 10 tank destroyer for the Germans, the one that was added in before the Waffenträger E100. This is the one that is modelled, well, it's on the E100 chassis. Obviously, if we take a look at that, it's fairly clear. So it has a decent amount of armor, especially if you can keep the lower plate hidden. The turret armor, well, not really turret because it's part of the superstructure, but the upper part of the armor is very, very strong. The other good thing that this tank has going for it is its cannon. If you just take a look at the penetration of 299 and the average damage of 1050, it's able to kick out a huge amount of damage. Just focusing in on that E75 there, being pretty smart, not pulling the trigger on the E75, and that's for a combination of reasons. One, he couldn't really see much of the E75, and two, at that angle, the E75 can be a little bit difficult to penetrate, even for a gun with 299mm of penetration. Waits till the E75 straightens up a bit and then punishes him and does 1079 points of damage. So excellent, excellent patience and trigger control from Panzerkill there, seeing that the E75 was at much too high an angle, and the E75, even its lower plate, can tend to bounce shots. So just holding off on that, and then waiting till the E75 straightens up and then taking his shot. Going to set up again. The E75 moves forward again. Takes his shot quickly before he's fully aimed because the E75 was backing off. But that one also landed for another 567 points of damage and kill number 1. So not too bad, 1,600 points of damage so far, eliminating an E75, but it looks like the enemy team is pushing quite a lot of armor on that left-hand side. You can see an IS-4, T57 already down on the Allied side of the field here, and there's another big contingent of tanks moving down that side next to the train tracks. So this is going to be a little bit of a tooth and nail battle. A 121 appearing, squaring off against the Allied Waffenträger E100. I don't think the enemy tanks realise that there's a Jg.Pz E100 coming around to equalise the situation. Going to maybe move on to this IS-4 first, as he's probably focusing on the Object 140. Got to be careful though, because the armour on an IS-4 can tend to be troll. Deciding to switch across the T57. Luckily, the Waffenträger set him on fire and took him out. Gets a great hit on that 121 there, but the Waffenträger looks like he is reloading, and also Panzerkill is reloading himself. Got a very long reload of almost 22 seconds on this cannon. Everybody was trying to focus on the Waffenträger E100 to take him out. He does get taken out. Now he's going to have to take his shot at this 121 in an effort to get him before he flanks around. Very, very unfortunate to bounce a shot there. A little bit unlucky. Does get ammo racked by him. He's just relying on his platoon mate here to mop that guy up as he makes a run for it. He should have a shot on the rear armor. He does indeed. Takes him out. Now he's going to pressure down on this IS-4. He's still got 2,000 hit points though, and he's still tunnel visioning on that Object 140. Got to be careful, because there we go. There is a T30 on this left-hand side. Takes a hit from him. Gets a great shot in return for 1,100 points of damage and tracks him. So that T30 has to use his repair kit in order to back off and stay alive, even though Panzerkill does still have 21 seconds on reload. Doesn't realise that the E100's here. May have just spotted him there as he came forward and then decided to back away. Waffenträger Panzer 4 also in the mix here. Panzerkill going to move forward because his reload's pretty much done now. One good shot through the side. Gets him for 900 damage. That's kill number 2. Now the IS-4 comes steaming in. Looks like his platoon mate isn't paying attention, although he doesn't really seem to care as he takes out the T30. And the two of them going to switch their attention across this IS-4. If he manages to penetrate and get a good roll, he should be able to take him out. Just focusing in on the lower plate as he backs off. His platoon mate unfortunately just blocks his shot there. And that IS-4 gets away with that one. E100 doesn't quite land a shot. Panzerkill just lining up here. His platoon mate's been more of a hindrance than a help right now. Just letting his gun focus in on the roof of the IS-4, which is notoriously weak. Takes his shot. Takes him out. Kill number 3 for another 1,085 points of damage. And this has been a fast and furious tooth and nail battle. in and around the cap circle. The Allied team is winning 10 kills to 7. They totally neglected the left flank early on, but they were able to drop back, relocate, and reposition in time to defend the base, and now they are winning this one comfortably. Looks like there's a T44 and a T57 heavy still to mop up around the corner. Looks like the platoon mate in the E100 takes out the T44. Panzerkill going to be focusing on the AMX 5120. Gets a great hit on him for another 1,000 points of damage, and the 5120 is backing off now. Panzerkill going to be using the corpses of the enemy tanks here to advance forward and try and stay safe. Waffenträger E100 is looking like he's trying to secure his position in C6 there, tucked in behind the building. T57 heavy is all the way in cover there, but it looks like his platoon mate in the E100 just nonchalantly takes him out. Now it's time to move on and see if they can take out this Waffenträger E100, who was having a shot at the T54 there. A little bit surprised. There we go. That's how we can see him. Go! What a shot! Takes him out for kill number 4. What a beautifully placed shot, and that just leaves the SU-14-2 for the enemy team. There's no way they're going to be able to come back from this one. 14 kills to 9 that it is. An absolutely brilliantly played team from Panzerkill here and his ally in the E100, squaring off against each other as the game comes to an end here. Well, they've had an absolutely excellent game, like I said, dropping back at exactly the right moments when the base was getting pressured early on there as they neglected that left-hand flank. But like I said, the Allies were able to get back just in time to be able to fend that one off and really get the best of that fight, get set up into defensive positions that the enemy team found it very, very hard to assault against. So absolutely awesome replay there from Panzerkill and his Jagdpanzer E100, picking up 4 kills and almost 8,000 points of damage. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around because there is another replay coming right up. And our second replay today is from the user, bear with me while I pronounce this incredibly incorrectly, Kikebuster. That's Kikebuster, and he's driving the T57 Heavy on a standard battle on Malinovka. T57 Heavy, it's obviously a tier 10 heavy tank for the Americans, that lovely one with the auto-loader that is capable of kicking out a tremendous amount of damage. So this one is a little bit slow to get started, so I'm actually going to speed this one up right at the beginning, because what tends to happen with the heavy tanks on this map, as they should, is they all go to climb the hill and do battle over there, tooth and nail. And obviously, being a heavy tank, it takes a little while to drive up there. As you can see, we're already pretty much 2 minutes into this replay and haven't fired a single shot just yet. So once they arrive on the top of the hill, got a good few tanks here, the IS-8, T110E5, and himself in the T57 Heavy. Going to see who they can spot out. Looks like they're first on the hill, or they are the only people on the hill. Kikebuster sees that there's nobody on the other side as the IS-8 and the T54, T110E5 doesn't spot anybody. He himself gets spotted, so just takes this opportunity to drop back behind a rock. Doesn't want to get shot in the face by an early camping tank destroyer like that FV215B183 or the Jagdpanzer E100. Just sits behind the rock until his camo kicks back in. That IS-8 is pushed on very, very far forward, so it looks like they're going to have to go themselves in order to offer some support. Going to try and get a shot on this Lorraine 40-ton, but it looks like he's behind a rock himself. This Panther 2 isn't, though. Going to be able to get a shot on him if his gun decides to aim in. Gets one good hit. Second one goes a little bit awry. And he's going to have to drop back into cover while he reloads that cannon. T110E5 decides to push on fearlessly as he sees that there's nobody really in front of him that can pose much of a threat. There's a T32, a Panther 2, does get set on fire by somebody and is taking a considerable amount of damage here, so really maybe not quite as safe as he thought here. T32 penetrating every single time. Waffenträger Panzer 4 takes out the IS-8. Kitebuster's going to have to come forward and try and take out this T-32 as he's a little bit of a thorn in their side. That's one good hit through the front. One more should be enough to take him out. Nope, looks like his ally takes him out. Gets a good hit on... Nope, doesn't. Gets a hit onto his allies. His ally stupidly drives in front of a T-57 Heavy that was firing. Tried to get shot a second time. Luckily, Kitebuster was able to sneak that shot in front of the FV, who was just determined to get shot by an ally, it would appear. Takes a hit in the side from a Waffenträger Panzer IV. And he's saying, oh, MG, I'm sorry, even though, to be perfectly honest, it was the 215's fault for driving in front of a stationary T-57 Heavy that was clearly firing. That's one good hit on an E-100 there. E-100 straightens himself up, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to penetrate now. Gets a nice one through the roof. One more shot should be enough to take him out. Not quite able to land it. T-57 Heavy's gun not fantastically accurate, it would appear. He's going to drop back while he reloads his cannon. Does find the Jagdpanzer E-100, and this would be nice to get some damage onto this tank destroyer. As we saw in the previous replay, these things can be dangerous. Unfortunately for Kitebuster, it looks like he's just dropped back into the fog of war. Not visible right now. There we go. Is able to find him. Going to advance forward and use the cover of this tank here. Unfortunately, that means that he can't see the lower plate of the Jagdpanzer E-100, which is going to make him a little bit more difficult to damage. Again, he has just faded away. Nobody really got eyes on him. Allied team going to have to be careful here, because it looks like they've been pushed very, very hard on that left-hand flank, and they're probably going to have to start making a move back to base in order to defend this one, because there is a T-54E1 and another T-57 Heavy moving in on their base. There we go. You can see the base capture starting now, and Kitebuster was already making a move back towards the base, as is the FV. Again, just going to speed this one up a little bit, because it is quite a slow replay, and when you're playing a heavy tank with an auto-loader, you do want to play pretty slow and methodically. You don't just want to get into a little bit of fisticuffs and then get yourself taken out. You want to play slow, methodically, and well planned out, because with your cannon you can really change the tide of battle. T-57 Heavy now taking heavy fire. Lands one good hit. He's got two more shots in the chamber. That one damaged as well. Looks like he gets taken out by the FV. And that is crisis averted for now. But there is still that T-54E1 somewhere over next to the base. Looks like he's just setting himself up in an effort to maybe hopefully try and get a shot on him. He has been spotted out now by somebody, so he's going to drop back. That T-54E1 still invisible. He's just going to move back behind the ridgeline a little bit. Hopefully should be safe from damage here from the last known position. The T-54E1, nope, gets shot from the right-hand side there. So it looks like the T-54E1 is probably around about C1. So he has definitely moved. Got to play it careful now, because that T-110E5 is in and around the enemy base. So Kitebuster's going to come and try and offer him some support. But it looks like he's fighting a losing battle right now. He doesn't have very many hit points himself, and it looks like that 183 and the 5100 are both in there trying to get into render range before they both disappear. Looks like he's not going to be able to do that, so electing to drop back into a defensive position instead, as you don't want to try and assault into a Jagdpanzer E100, a 183 and an AMX 5100, as that is a recipe for disaster, especially when you've only got 1300 hit points. One shot from each of those will be enough to take him out. In fact, one shot from the 183 would probably be enough to take him out now. T-54E1 does show up. He's going to be squaring off against the FV215B. And Kitebuster lands a great shot on the very top of the turret there to take him out, but it looks like the FV has been spotted and is taking damage from the other end of the field. Game's fairly even now at... The game is not very even now at 11 kills to 13. Only himself in this Object 261 left against 4 enemy tanks. That FV215B183 is going to be able to wreck some people's days, along with the Jagdpanzer E100. There's an IS-8 and an AMX 5100. I'm pretty sure, there we go again in the chat, that this IS-8 is AFK. And I'm pretty sure they said he was in J8. Sorry, J4. So even being AFK, he is going to spot anybody who makes a move across that field. As you can see, Kitebuster having a shot at the Jagdpanzer E100, takes his track out, going to fall back now. He doesn't want to get hit himself. Sixth Sense didn't light up, so he hasn't been spotted here. What they're going to have to do is just play very, very defensively right now. What he wants to do is just try and keep eyes on this Jagdpanzer E100. Object.261 reporting that he's got 17 seconds left on reload. And Kitebuster doing the smart thing here, just keeping eyes on the Jagdpanzer E100. Not firing himself because that would reveal himself and he may take a shot from a setup 183. But he's just keeping eyes on the Jagdpanzer E100 and allowing the artillery to do its work. Reloading again, 28 seconds left, and like I said, just keeping eyes on this Jagdpanzer E100. He has moved behind a rock now, but I don't think the angle is going to be enough to save him from the Object.261. Luckily, he's backed off enough that Kitebuster's able to get eyes on him again. Does see the 183 across the way there, so if he had fired, 183 would almost certainly have been able to take him out. Jagdpanzer E100 still lit up because he is moving away. Object.261 takes his shot and takes him out beautifully. Looks like it is the AMX 5100 that is starting the base capture, but he knows that there is the 183 pressing down on his location. I'm going to have to play this one carefully, as the 183 will have more than enough alpha damage to take him out in a single shot. Sees the 183 behind him, so has to start moving. 183 misses, takes one hit from the AMX 5100, knows that the 183's got a long reload, takes another hit from the 5100, gets ammo rack, 50 hit points left, but the 5100 is out of ammunition and out of time, takes him out, repairs his ammo rack, but he's going to have to reload himself, and it's a 23-second reload, which is probably less time than the FV215B183 has left on his reload. Trying to hide behind the cliff until the 183 shows himself. If he comes around the corner now, this is going to be a difficult one. Looks like the 183 didn't use the opportunity that he had once Kitebuster was attacking. Oh, he's too busy typing in chat, and the 183 makes his move. He's going to come over the top, tries to take his track out, but misses. The 183 slides straight past, misses his shot, and Kitebuster's going to be able to take him out at his leisure. One more shot, that is the kill. And that is pretty much GG and the victory. Too busy typing in chat as the 183 came around the corner, but he was able to get down the hill. The 183 tried to drop on top of him, missed, slid straight past, and missed his shot. And that is so unfortunate for him to get taken out on the precipice of victory, just having that one snatched away from him by the quick thinking of Kitebuster in his T57 Heavy. Really, that 183 should have made a move a hell of a lot sooner than he did. As soon as the T57 Heavy started unloading on the 5100, he should have started to make his move then, as he would almost certainly be reloading by the time he'd taken out that 5100, which he had, which would have allowed the 183 just to pressurize him and take him out. And like we said, there's only this IS-8 left, although you can see Kitebuster not taking any chances, taking the long-ish route around to get the IS-8. They've said he's in J4. There we go, he is indeed in J4, and it looks like he is indeed AFK. So this is going to be some lovely free damage to round out a fantastic game. Nope, looks like the artillery wants to come in and take that one away, but still a very, very excellent game from Kitebuster in his T57 Heavy tank, picking up 5,500 points of damage, 4 kills, and really shining like a diamond when the pressure was on. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, please send that in to replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks. and I will catch you guys next time.